All right, good morning, everyone. Okay, so if you could hear me, put 111 in the chat. If you could hear me, put 111 in the chat. Okay. Right. Awesome. Hope everyone is doing well today. Doing very good. And today is the last Saturday before the SCA exam. Okay. Today is the last Saturday before the SCA exam. Today is Saturday, the 26th of March. And the SCA exam is the 31st of March. So if you could hear me, put 111 in the chat. Okay. Put a message out to our students. I'm seeing them online, but I just want to give another reminder. Okay, so if you can hear me, put 111 in the chat, and we'll get things going. Yeah. How's everybody doing today? Doing good. Excited about the SCA exam. Not so excited. Make sure to be getting a lot of rest. Okay. I know you're studying a lot, but be sure to get a lot of rest. Okay, thanks. Awesome. Thanks for writing in the chat. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's go. So today we are gonna look at punctuation. We're gonna be looking at punctuation. And punctuation is very, very easy, but for some reason, some students they kind of lose marks in punctuation. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here to ensure that we get all the marks that we deserve. Okay, we're gonna get all the marks that we deserve, right? And it's something very, very easy, but you must have a lot of attention to detail. Okay, you must have a lot of attention to detail. All right, so let's take a little revision of punctuation before we start. Don't forget to leave a like or subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't just yet. Okay, so spelling rules, punctuation, right? All this is under, I put this under spelling rules. Okay, it's not really spelling, but punctuation especially. Okay, some words you spell them and it includes the punctuation mark. Okay, so punctuation marks. So we have, first of all, we have the comma. Okay, we have the comma. Okay, the comma is in red. We spell it C-O-M-M-A. Right? Hey, what's up? Good morning. Then we have the apostrophe. The apostrophe. So you guys have been doing this for the entire term. This is just a revision. Okay, just a revision. You also have the hyphen in light blue here. The hyphen. Sometimes we say that a word is hyphenated. Okay, so I'll put that in the chat. Sometimes we say that a word is hyphenated. Hyphenated. So that would be the words with a dash. Good. I'm good. How are you going? Okay. These would be the words with a dash. Does anybody know a word that's hyphenated? Can you give me a word that is hyphenated? I'll give you an example. All right, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a number. An example of a hyphenated word is 72. 72. Long lasting. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Excellent. Excellent book. Excellent book. Okay. Excellent book. Okay, so we have the comma. Oh, if you guys can give me a sentence with the word with the comma in it. If you can, because this is an interactive, try to be as interactive as possible. I know you can't unmute and speak, but if you can give me like a short little sentence using comma and short sentence using apostrophe or word using that includes the apostrophe. Okay, so I'm looking in the chat there as well. So I'm continuing on for the video because it's recorded. All this is recorded, you guys. You can use this as a revision source. So give me some examples using the word using comma and using apostrophe in the chat. Moving on, we have the ellipsis. This would be the 3 dots. Not gonna be using that a lot in SCA, but it is on the list. I included it in the list because people use it a lot when texting. Okay, right? But we're not really gonna be using it as SCA a lot. Okay. In purple, we have the full stop or period. Depending on the school that you go, they may call it different things. So we have the full stop or period. And we're going to see that that is very, very important. Very, very important. We always use that at the end of a sentence. So I think that's pretty straightforward. Okay, sometimes you're writing fast, and you may forget to put a full stop, but you need to check over and ensure that all your full stops are in order. That is very, very important. And make sure that the person sees it. Don't put it so small that we can't see it. Be sure that you put your full stop. Okay. Continuing on, we have the exclamation mark. We have the exclamation mark. Right? The exclamation mark is basically a full stop and a line pointing up. Okay, and we use that in special cases to show that it's a lot of emphasis. But I'll show you the note after. All right, I'm just going ahead of myself here because I'm excited. Okay, and the exclamation mark. Most of the time, it is used with a certain type of word. What do you call the word? I'll ask the question here. What do you call the word that sounds itself? It sounds its name. What do you call those types of words? And if you're in standard 4, I always say it's pretty cool, pretty neat to start your stories using these types of words. Okay, what do you call those words? It starts with O and it has a funny name, a funny spelling to it. Okay, but it's very cool to use those sound words, right? And use the exclamation mark at the end of them to really capture the reader's attention with respect to the sense of sound or hearing. We had cereal, fruit, and tea for breakfast. Excellent. All right, perfect. Perfect sentence right there. Perfect right there. Okay. Is that actually true today? Because, morning everyone. If you're not joining us, by the way, even if you're having breakfast, okay. All right, good morning everyone. If you haven't done so, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I am looking at the chat in case you want to do some work and send it to me, and I will correct it as we go along, so we can get interactive call, right? So yeah, so we have the exclamation mark there. Okay, most of the time it places emphasis on the sense of sound. Yes, that's correct. Onomatopoeia, perfect. Okay, I just put perfect there. If you guys want to, you could give me some examples of onomatopoeias in the chat. Okay. Yeah. And finally, well, for this list, we have the question mark, which is very, very important. And when you are writing, I know you're probably writing at top speed, but you need to ensure that your question mark looks like a question mark. Okay, it has to look like a question mark, and it always goes at the end of a sentence that's a question. That is very, very important. You cannot put a full stop at the end of a question. All right. So these are not all, but these are the main punctuation marks that you're gonna see and you are gonna use. And the thing about it, guys, you're not only gonna see it in the English language paper or the language arts paper, you are gonna see it in all the papers. Mathematics, you see it. Creative writing, you see it. Okay, so it's very, very important. If you do well in language, that's why we have in these courses, you are going to do better in all your subjects. Okay, let's go. Right, so we have a little more information here, and these actually show you the uses of this information, or the punctuation marks here. So full stop is used at the end of a sentence. Very, very important. Again, when you're checking over your work, ensure that the full stop is at the end of every sentence that you use. Okay? Awesome. So, full stop is used at the end of a sentence. Then we have the question mark. We have the question mark, which is used at the end of an interrogative sentence to form a question. What's an interrogative sentence? It's just from the word interrogate, meaning to ask a question. Okay? Right? So make sure you have your question marks at the end of your questions. Right? And even if you do get a question and it doesn't have a question mark at the end of it, it does look kind of weird. It does look kind of weird. Alright. Okay? Comma. Used to denote a pause in a sentence, and also we use it between members of a list. Use it between members of a list. Okay, so when Sarah wrote there, we had cereal, fruits, and tea for breakfast. She was listing the items that she had for breakfast there. Right? Pretty easy stuff, but this is important to remember. Continuing on, we have the exclamation mark. Look what it says here, used to denote shock, surprise, right? Anger or a raised voice. So definitely, right? It's definitely used to give some excitement. Excitement, you really want to capture your reader's attention. Something interesting, something shocking or exciting is going on when you use an exclamation mark. Every time you use that. Okay. Moving on, we have the quotation mark. Okay. The quotation mark, and we have opening quotation mark and we have close quotation mark. Okay. So the opening quotation mark points inward. That will be the two on the left, the first two that you see. And the close quotation mark point inward. But, well, yeah, both of them do point inward. But the opening points to the right. Okay. And it closes the quotation. And the closing quotation marks point to the left. But all of them keep the quotation words, the quotes, within the quotation marks. Okay? So that'll be your quotation mark right there. Let's move on. We have the colon, which is a dot dot. Those dots are not on the line, but they're actually in the middle of the sentence. Okay? Used to indicate what? Can anybody tell me what colon is used to indicate? Let me know what the colon is used to indicate. So this is an open-ended one. So I'll put a question here. What, I'll say, when do we use the colon? That's an official question there. When do we use the colon? So you let me know in the chat there. Alright. Moving on, we have the semicolon. You have the semicolon, which is used to link two independent clauses. Okay? The semicolon is used to link two independent clauses in the same sentence. Okay? Right? You see that it's not something you see a lot, but it does come up sometimes. Alright, for listing items, good, very good. Right, to list out things, awesome. So you guys can give me an example of that, right, in the chat. Very good. Colon is used to list things. Well, to begin the list, I would say. To begin the list. And within the list, you have your commas. Yeah? Within the list, you have your commas. So you can give me an example of a list. Anyone can try. Okay? It's okay. Don't be afraid to get it wrong. And I don't get upset with students getting stuff wrong. Alright? Let's go with apostrophe. Apostrophe, and the apostrophe is used to show possession or for contraction of a word. Okay? The apostrophe is used to show possession or contraction of a word. Alright? So, possession meaning that something belongs to something. So, if I say, for example, let's say, for example, that, or I should say this, examples of, an example of possession, an example of possession, possession has 4 S's, right? This is Mike's bicycle. This is Mike's bicycle. Okay, meaning that that bicycle belongs to Mike. So it shows possession, right? It shows that the bicycle belongs to him. You don't want to say this is Mike's bicycle. Okay, I need to have apostrophe S to show that that belongs to him. Right? Additionally, it can be used as a contraction for a word. For example, right? An example of contraction. It's a sunny day. Meaning, it is a sunny day. Okay? Meaning, it is a sunny day. So, it shows a contraction there. It's I-T apostrophe S equals it is. Okay? Okay? Is that clear? Right? Okay, moving on. So we have some examples of the apostrophe there. So the apostrophe is used to show possession or contraction for words or of words. Right? If you do have a question, just drop it in the chat there. I'll be glad to assist you. Right? Any questions, or if you want me to check a sentence or something, that's cool too. I'll check it out in the chat there. Right? Good. Right. So these are some rules here. Now, if you're revising this, you can pause the screen. Even if you're revising it, you could always pause the screen. So these are some basic rules here. So rule 1, very important, every sentence must end with a full stop. Okay? Unless it's an interrogative type question and you're asking a question, it must end in a full stop. It must end in a full stop. As you would lose a lot of marks. Well, I don't know about a lot of marks, but it doesn't look good if you don't end your sentences correctly. That's all I'm going to say. Alright? Okay, you may make a mistake here or there, but that's why you need to give yourself a chance. Give yourself time to check over your work. Okay? Let's continue this. Proper nouns would be the names of people, places, brands, or unique instances of a class must always be capitalized. I would say proper nouns would be the special names of people. Okay, the special names of people. Okay, right? Places, brands, etc. For example, unique instances of a class must always be capitalized. Please remember your proper nouns, okay? Especially for report writing. You want to put the names in capital letters, the names of the places in capital letters. We're going to do the field trip to the Emperor Valley Zoo. Okay? Remember to put capital E for Emperor, capital V for Valley. And you're going to put a capital Z for Zoo. Because why? Because that is included in the proper name of the zoo. You're not just going to any zoo, which would be common ZOO, but you are going to that particular special zoo. So you need to put that capital Z. Okay? Names, brands, etc. Unique instances of a class. Okay? Right? So yeah, those things must be capitalized. Rule 3. When using opening quotation marks, do not forget to use close quotation marks. That's really important. Closing quotation marks at the end of the quoted word or phrase, because that kind of confuses the reader, like when is this gonna end? Like how long is this quote? Okay, right? So that is if you're using open quotation marks, don't forget to close it. Right? Don't forget to close it. And when you are writing that, I'll put an example in the chat. I'll put an example. John said, open, close them out. I like chocolate. Full stop, close quotation marks. Alright, check that sentence out in the chat. Notice that I put my full stop before I closed the quotation marks. Okay, so if you're doing a sentence like that, you put in your full stop before you close off. So you're closing off the full stop, closing off after the full stop. Okay, you understand? So John said, I like chocolate. Let's say, for example, I want to put an exclamation mark. John shouted, open, I love chocolate. Exclamation mark, he's really excited, close quotation mark. John shouted, I love chocolate. Right? John shouted, I love chocolate. Notice I put the exclamation mark before the close quotation marks. And finally, last sentence, I'm going to put John asked, or John queried, open quotation marks, can I have some chocolate? Let me spell chocolate correctly. Question mark, close quotation marks. So we have some examples of sentences in the chat there. Right? Okay. So you're always closing off a sentence, in closing the sentence, regardless of the punctuation mark, with the close quotation marks, and that'll be the end of your quote. Right? But you need to ensure that you close off these things because you need to check over your work. Always give time to check over your work. And rule 4, okay. I think we're okay with rule 4. Quotation marks are when quoting or sometimes to convey irony, not for emphasis. Emphasis is conveyed by, okay. Alright. I think we're okay with that rule there. But these are the basic rules because we are doing SCA. Right? These are more creative writing point. But the language is applicable. Alright. Good. So here's what we're going to do, guys. It's 9:22. So that's a little bit of revision there. So we are going to look at some past paper. Yeah, some past paper examples. So in this section, it says, I'm going to read the instructions first. It says punctuation and capitalization. Okay, punctuation and capitalization. And this is task 2, meaning it is in section 1. So, it being in section 1, I'm telling you guys, you guys need to do really good in section 1. Okay, all right, you're really good in section 1. Let's continue. It says there is one punctuation or capitalization error in every line. Insert the missing punctuation mark or capital letter within the passage. Okay, I'll read that again. I always read instructions twice. There is one punctuation or capitalization error in every line. Okay, so in every line, there is a punctuation error, capitalization error. Insert the missing punctuation mark or capital letter within the passage. Okay, I have another one here too. Right. Good, so what we're going to do, we're going to look at this now. So let me explain to you the marking scheme. This would be for 6 marks. So therefore, there are 6 sentences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And if you get it right, that means you're gonna get 6 marks. Well, a mark per line. Okay, it's a mark per line. So if you get it right, you're gonna earn a mark in each line. So a little bit about the marking scheme there. Now for this section, you are gonna be writing in. Right? You're gonna be writing in this stuff. So let's go. So what I advise that you do, you can have a read. It's not gonna take long, but have a read of it so you can really understand the entire thing and understand this paragraph as a whole. I think that really helps you understand the context of what you're reading, and yeah, right, makes you more comfortable and familiar with what you're reading in the whole scheme of things. Okay, so that's good. It says Shiva's mother packed a vegetarian sandwich and 2 bananas in his lunch bag. Okay. All right. Yeah. Did you remember to pack snacks for me? Asked Shiva. Don't worry, son. I packed your favorite nuts, granola, raisins, and biscuits. His mother reassured him. Shiva shouted, "Thanks, Mom," as he rushed into the car. Yeah? That was really easy, right? Okay? If it's easy, let's not get anything wrong. Let's go. So first line says, Shiva's mother packed a vegetarian sandwich and 2 bananas in his lunch bag. So what punctuation mark would be missing here? Do you guys have any idea? I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds to just give me the word. Just give me the word of writing in the chat. Okay. Okay. Okay, so you can write in your answer. So first line, let me zoom in a little bit. I know some of you using like different devices and stuff. Right? A phone is not the best thing for class, huh? Just saying, because you can't really see, it might hurt your eyes, and your eyes are very important. So first line says, Shiva's mother packed a vegetarian sandwich and 2 bananas in his lunch bag. But the punctuation or capitalization error is in this first line. So that's what we're looking at. Okay, good. Yeah, that's correct. So it should be Shiva's. Yeah, Shiva's. So that you need to put a apostrophe, yeah, and then they say a comma. You need to put an apostrophe between the A and the S in Shiva. Okay, you need to put an apostrophe between the S and the A in Shiva because it shows possession, that is his mother. That is his mother. So it's showing that that mother belongs to Shiva. That is Shiva's mom speaking here. Okay, pretty good. So that's 1 mark there. Continuing on, Shiva's mother packed a vegetarian sandwich and 2 bananas in his lunch bag. had a vegetarian sandwich just yesterday. Okay. And 2 bananas in his lunch bag. Okay. Did you remember to pack snacks for me? Asked Shiva. Did you remember to pack snacks for me? Asked Shiva. So the problem or the error is here. I'm reading the entire sentence to understand, but the error is here. Okay. Do you see an error? Look very closely. Take your time. Okay. So looking at 2 bananas in his lunch bag. Okay. I have a full stop here. Then I have an open end quotation marks. Did you remember? Any ideas? I'll give you guys 30 seconds to write this in. This is an interactive code. Did. Okay. Oh, did. Okay, change did. Okay, good, perfect. Yeah. So we need a capital D here. So that D there is common, and we need it to become capital. Okay. So if you're doing this, now a student asked me this. They said to insert the missing punctuation mark or capital letter within the passage. So they have a point. You're not really inserting the capital letter, but you're kind of replacing, right? You're gonna replace that common D with a capital D. You know, as a sharp student right there. Okay, but you really would change this. I don't know if you want to put a line through it, okay? But you definitely need to change this D, whatever way you do, from common to capital, right? And you know it's capital because that was a full stop there, and we start a sentence with a capital letter. All right, good. That's 2 marks right there. Did you remember to pack snacks for me? Asked Shiva. Pack snacks for me? Asked Shiva. That's what we're looking at. The error is in that line. Pack snacks for me. What can I insert there now? Giving you guys 30 seconds to answer. What can I insert right there now? Right. Pack snacks for me, asked Shiva. Asked, keyword is an asked. Yeah. Alright. Pack snacks for me, asked Shiva. Yeah. Question mark. Good. It's a question mark. Where is the question mark going? Where is the question mark going? Is it going at the end of the sentence? The answer is a question mark, but where is the question mark? Where is it going? Is it going between pack and snacks? Is it going before for? Is it going to go after me? Or is it going to go after asked? After me. Good. Perfect. So did you pack snacks for me? Question mark. Close quotation mark. Asked Shiva. And they have their little full stop there, which is good. Good. So your question mark goes there. So shows that, listen, question, and when you read it, you should read it with an intonation pointing up. Did you remember to pack snacks for me? Like a question. It's not, did you remember to pack snacks for me? No, you're pointing up. Did you remember to ask snacks for me? Good? Perfect. So let's go on. Almost done this. So he says, don't worry, son. I packed your favorites, nuts, granola, raisins, and biscuits. Okay? Don't worry, son. I packed your favorites, nuts, granola, raisins, and biscuits. So we're looking at this line here. There's a problem there. Right? Right? Don't worry, son. Now the question mark goes before the quotation mark, guys. I just want to make that clear. So it goes before the close quotation marks close. That's after the question mark. Right? For this one, don't worry, son, I packed your favorites. And she goes on to say nuts, granola, raisins, and biscuits. So what's the problem here in this line? Number 9, favorites. Or favorites, colon. Good. Yes, that is correct. So you have the colon. We need the colon there. As we said before, the call, right? Don't forget to click like or subscribe if you haven't yet on the call, right? So a colon after favorites. Good. Why is that? Because his mother said, I packed your favorites, and then she goes on to list them. Nuts, that's one thing on the list. Granola, 2 things on the list. 3 raisins and 4 biscuits. Okay, good. So we need a colon here. We need a colon after favorites. Perfect, perfect. And you know favorites is spelled with a U. Don't forget that. You in standard English, right? Not American English. Good. Pretty good. Next line. Moving swimmingly along. Granola, raisins, and biscuits, his mother reassured him. Let me read the entire sentence to get the context. Don't worry, son, I packed your favorites. Nuts, granola, raisins, and biscuits, his mother reassured him. So we're looking at this line here. What's the problem with this line? Granola, raisins, and biscuits, his mother reassured him. And then the next line, we start with Shiva, which is a proper noun. Okay. So what's the problem with this line, guys? I'm giving you guys 30 seconds to check this out. Okay. You can ask the questions or write a sentence for me if you say so. I want to try this question. No, I'm going to try the sentence. How is the sentence looking? You know? And if you don't write it in the chat, you can always write it or send a WhatsApp message to 713-6860. Right? Mathematics is going to be Monday and Tuesday. Hold on after favorites, giving you guys 15 more seconds. Full stop after him. Yep, that seems about right. Granola, raisins, and biscuits. Comma, close quotation marks. His mother reassured him. Full stop, punto final. That's Spanish for full stop. So yes, full stop after him, because that is the end of the sentence. And you must have a full stop at the end of your sentence. Unless it's a question or it's a shout or exclamation mark. But generally, most of the times you would end a sentence with a full stop, and you do need a full stop for this sentence here. Excellent work. All right, excellent work. And finally, okay, Shiva shouted, "Thanks, Mom," as he rushed into the car. Shiva shouted, "Thanks, Mom," as he rushed into the car. Okay? So what punctuation mark or capitalization do we need right now? Do we need a capital C for car? Do we need a capital C for car? What punctuation or capitalization is needed right here? Let me know in the chat, giving you guys 30 seconds. Check this out. 30 seconds to check this out. Or write your answer, I mean. Okay, take your time. And don't feel shy to write in the chat. Okay? Exclamation mark after mom. Okay, yeah. Does anyone agree with that? Do they have anything else to say? Have another idea? Or if you agree with that, let me know. If you agree with that, let me know. Okay, so yeah, that is correct. That is correct actually. So you do need to have an exclamation mark after mom. Because the thing about it, it says Shiva shouted. Shiva shouted. Okay, so When he is shouting, you need to have an exclamation mark. I'll actually put space for that room for you. I don't know if you want to see that indication as to where to put it, right? But exclamation mark after mom because he's shouting and he's excited because he's rushing to the car, right? Okay, yeah, pretty good. So excellent work with that, guys. So that's the end of the punctuation for this here. You guys want to do another one? Let me do this other one here so you guys would have it on the call. We did all this work already. All this is recorded. All these comprehension and everything. We did this before. Let's look to, oh, we did spelling. Yeah, we did that spelling already. Yep. Let's try this one here. Same instruction that says some punctuation marks and capital letters have been left out in the passage below. There is one error in every line. Insert the missing punctuation mark or letter in every line. I'll give a little example for this one here, right? So let's do this one. So it says, I'm going to read it in its context. Wow, great experiences await visitors to our shores. Trinidad has an exciting nightlife, while Tobago beaches offer relaxation. One travel book, The Lonely Planet Guide, describes Tobago as a tourist's paradise. It is exciting to swim in the nylon pool. Visitors enjoy the following: music, dance, and food. Okay? Right? So let's zoom into this first line. It says, wow, great experiences await visitors to our shores. Giving you guys 30 seconds, give you an idea. Right? Wow, great experiences await visitors to our shores. What do I need to put there? Or what punctuation mark or capitalization do I need to put there? Any ideas? Any ideas at all? Let me know in the chat. Give you guys 30 seconds. Any ideas? Wow, perfect. Good. Excellent. So wow, it would be the exclamation mark would go right here. So it said, wow, wow, great experiences await visitors to our show. So that's correct, right? Next line. Trinidad has an exciting nightlife while Tobago beaches offer relaxation. Right? Trinidad has an exciting nightlife while Tobago beaches offer relaxation. Any ideas? So the error of punctuation mark, well, punctuation or capitalization is needed here. Trinidad has an exciting nightlife while Tobago beaches Any ideas? 30 seconds. Right? Exclamation mark. Oh, you know, right there. Okay, cool. Right. Any ideas for the second line? Trinidad has an exciting nightlife while Tobago beaches. Any ideas for this one? Are we stumped with this one? we start for this one. Okay. Trinidad has an exciting nightlife, comma. Yeah, that's right. Comma. While Tobago beaches offer relaxation. Okay, good. So you put your comma after nightlife. That could work. Alright. Next line. Offer relaxation. One travel book, The Lonely Planet. Offer relaxation. I think that's pretty good there, offer relaxation. Let's look at this. One travel book, The Lonely Planet. What's wrong with this here? What do we need to change or add to that? Any ideas? 30 seconds to try this, guys. One travel book, The Lonely Planet. Maybe you need to look at the punctuation marks before, so you can see the punctuation marks you need to use now. O and R, comma. Caitlin, do, or you mean a comma for the last one? Okay. One. Yeah. Oh, capital O. Yes, capital O. Yes. So we do need a capital O here, right? So again, I know they said in the instructions, insert capital letter. So I guess you can cross it off, or you can just write the capital O above it, right? Yeah. They can't leave it blank, guys, because that'll kind of be giving it the answer, right? So they would give a common O, and you need to fix that. Yeah. Good. So it would be capital O because the first step is before that. So capital O, one travel book, The Lonely Planet. And I just want to make this point here. The name of the travel book, The Lonely Planet Guide, as the name of it. You see that as the capital letters, right? Or is a proper noun. Why? Because that's the proper name of the book. Okay? That's the name of the book. It's not just any book. It's the book called The Lonely Planet. Well, Lonely Planet Guide. That's the special name of the book. Alright? Good, moving on. The Lonely Planet Guide describes Tobago as a tourist's paradise. Alright. I want to see who gets this one. Right? Guide. What's wrong with guide? Okay, so put your answers in the chat. The Lonely Planet Guide. Oh, okay, good. Alright. Let me get another person to answer. I want to make sure that you guys get this. So don't be afraid. Don't be shy to put your answers, yeah? Close quotation mark after guide. Perfect. Good. So we put a close quotation mark after guide because we're closing off the official name of the book. The name of the book is not The Lonely Planet Guide Describes Tobago. That's not the name of the book. We opened with the name of the book here, then began saying the name The Lonely Planet Guide, and we need to close. And I said that earlier on the call, right? But if you look at the revision of the recording of this, you need to close. Sometimes students do not close at all, but you need to close. Okay? So yeah, close that after guide. Describes Tobago as a tourist paradise. Okay? So this line is pretty good. It is. Next line. Exciting to swim in the nylon pool. Visitors enjoy the. I'll read it again. I like to read the entire sentence because it helps. Helps me understand. Hi. Alright. It is exciting to swim in the nylon pool. Visitors enjoy. So I just highlighted this. This is the line. You're gonna get a mark if you get it right. Because this is 6 marks, right? So it's a mark per line. Exciting to swim in the nylon pool. Maybe those who are in Tobago would definitely know this, right? Oh, yeah, perfect. Nylon pool. Capital N for nylon. Excellent work. Why is that? Because nylon is a proper noun. Is the particular name of a pool, of the pool. It's not just any pool, it's the nylon pool. Alright? Good. Visitors enjoy the, and then lastly, visitors enjoy the following: music, dance, and food. Right? Visitors, yeah, I see that, Israel. Good, good work. So visitors enjoy the following: music, dance, and food. So finally, we're looking at this here. Following, music, dance, and food. What exclamation mark or capitalization do we need there? Right. Last line. Following, music, dance, and food. Giving you guys 30 seconds to answer. Yeah, then we're going to do a quick recap. Doing a quick recap. So, visitors enjoy the following: music, dance, and food. Good, colon after following, because we said before that the colon, right, is used to indicate the list. So we are beginning the list. What are the list of things that people want to do in Tobago? Right? Well, we listed them. Visitors enjoy the following: colon, music, that's one thing on the list; dance, that's two things on the list; and the last thing on the list, which always follows and food. So you put a colon after following. Yep, that's it, guys. So in the SCA exam, that will be task 2. This will be in section 1. So this is a specimen paper here. So first thing you're going to get in the exam will be spelling. That's going to be spelling. Right. Then you're going to get the punctuation and capitalization. And after that, you're going to get the grammar. Don't forget that all these videos are on the channel, so you could use that. Even if you look at it as fast forward, you could use it as a revision. Okay, did a lot of grammar exercises. Comprehension. For the comprehension, I always tell you guys, read it twice. You never get a chance to see that information before. Okay, so give yourself a chance to familiarize and understand what you're reading. So I'm telling you, it's not gonna take too long to read it twice, because when they ask you the questions, they're gonna ask you stuff from in the passage, and you need to find those things, and it's gonna be easier for you to find them if you read it twice, because you know where they are. Okay, that's food safety. Then we have, well, that's comprehension. Always check over your work. Nothing has been omitted. Please go to the next page, meaning that they meant for that page to be there. Right? Don't write on that page, just do nothing with that page, go on to the next page. For the poetry, right? You read the instructions. I'll tell you guys, read it twice. It's gonna help you to understand it. Read it twice. If you have any footnotes, anything as well, read that as well. It's gonna help you understand. So at the end of the poem or the end of the comprehension, look out for things at the end of it, at the bottom of it, right? Such as this. Or something like this, or sometimes you have a couple of words with asterisks that need to understand. Alright, that's a poetry there. And then you see another one of these pages, and then you have the graphic. And have fun with the graphic. Do not forget to have fun. I'm telling you guys, don't forget to have fun in the exam. Serious, because sometimes, if you like to read, you've been reading all term and doing work all term, sometimes it's going to give you something really nice and interesting in the exam. Okay, I remember we did a grammar and it was about the leatherback turtles. That was very, very interesting to me. Alright. So we have the questions here, and at the end, and when you have end of test, be sure to check over your work. Okay, so that's it for the punctuation part. And I guess that brings us to the last, this last slide. We did this comprehension. Yeah, we did all these comprehensions. All these things are on the channel recorded. But what I did, I put all the comprehensions together, all the poetry together, all the grammar sections together, all the spelling sections together. So when you guys are revising something, you have all these different questions coming at you, and you could do like, I want to revise comprehension today, you're going to do comprehension today. Alright, I put them together. I didn't do like a whole paper kind of thing. So if your weak point is spelling, well, look at the spelling videos. There's also the spelling masterclass series, okay, to help you out as well. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I'm just gonna show through these things here in case you need to do a little quick recap for the punctuation. Alright, for the purposes of the recording of the video. Alright. Okay. In case you need to pause. That's it for today, guys. Do you guys have any questions? Really glad to see all of you, especially the new subscribers. I don't know who subscribed, but I see that it's useful. Don't forget to leave a like or a comment below this video, or subscribe to the channel so I know that it's working. If you have a question, put your question, and if you also want to call or WhatsApp, you can do so on the number on the screen there, 713-6860. Right, I try my best to answer every call in a timely manner. I know sometimes you guys are working during the weekend and stuff, but I really try to answer it as fast as possible. And if not, I always save it and I answer it at a later time. Right, so that's it for today, guys. Excellent work. If you need me, you could call me or WhatsApp there. So I'll stay on a couple more minutes in case you guys have any questions. Right, in case you guys have any questions at all, you can you can put them in the chat right now. Right, good work. I like the interaction today. Bye for now, guys. I'm just gonna stay on in case you guys have any questions. And of course, all this is recorded and you can check it out. It will be posted to the Facebook page as well. It's gonna be on the channel as well. Okay. Yeah. So I'll see you guys next week for this schedule. It's gonna be Monday to Wednesday. Right. So if you want to be a part of this, just call or message. Okay, Monday we do math, Tuesday we do math. Adios. Wednesdays we do reading writing. Okay. Just gonna stay on for 2 minutes again in case there are any questions. Don't forget to leave a like or subscribe to the channel. All right, so adios, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you. I'll see you next Saturday. All right, and for the SCA students, personal students, I will see you Monday on our group class, unless you have a one-on-one session, as you earlier. So bye, guys. Have a great day. Bye for now.